Hi everyone, it's Tina with TSR Creations. I have a nice little video for you today and I thought I'd talk you through it. I'm going to be pouring with some prism pours. I'm going to show you how I mix them to use in my regular swipes. So I'm going to be doing a little swipe for you today. I'm just showing you that I'm keeping the back of my canvas clean with some tape. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing really well out there. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Drop me a line, drop me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I'm just setting up my canvas. This is a 12 by 12 inch. And the colors I'm going to be using today are, well, it's going to be a split base of pink and gray. So this beautiful colored pink. So whenever I go to Lowe's or Home Depot, I always look on their clearance shelves and I always find great deals and little samples that people have mixed and they don't like. So that's what this is. I believe this is a Sherwin-Williams paint, but it's just a beautiful pale pink and I really liked it and I thought it'd make a great base color. So I'm going to show you that I'm pouring the same amount of Floetrol as I am paint into this cup. I added a little bit more because I'm actually adding, in a second, this iridescent medium to the pink, just to give it a little shine. So basically it's a 50-50 mix to Floetrol. All my paints are being mixed the same way. When I get to the prism pours and the Deco Art paints, I use a little less Floetrol because you don't need as much because they are a thinner bodied paint. Whereas, Sherwin-Williams house paint and, a lot of your Liquitex basic tube paints are just a heavier body, medium bodied. So they need, a little bit more Floetrol and a little water. I always add a little water as well, as you'll see here in a minute. So I'm just going to be mixing up these paints. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch that. The next one I'm going to be mixing up is the gray, which is a satin enamel paint by Deco Art, and I'm going to be mixing up the same way. So I'll let you go ahead and watch that. I think it's called Stone Gray, but I'm not too sure the name of it. I'll have to check that and I'll put it in my description. But it is a satin enamel. I'm not going for pearls. It's just I like the satin enamel. I like the way it dries on the canvas. So yeah, all right. So here we go. I'm going to speed this part up and I'll get you back in a minute. Okay, so I just wanted to pop on here because I end up adding more white. So I added Artist Loft white to it and iridescent medium because I didn't want the gray to be so dark. I wanted it a lighter gray. So I added a little dollop of the white and some iridescent medium as well, which meant I need to add more Floetrol and water to it because it was just way too thick. And yeah, so I just wanted to explain what I was doing here because it seemed to go on forever. Okay. Here we go. I'll catch you in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to get into the prism pours. So I'm using, I think these, I can't remember. I think these are from the Iridescent Silks. I believe that's what it is. And that one is Moody Lilac. This one is Fire and Ice. And then I have some Wasabi. I believe I also use this one. Yep, I use a Morning Light. So I use 4 prism pours and they're just these really pretty iridescent, they're just beautiful. They're just gorgeous colors, very light and gives off a lot of shine. So you can see I'm just putting a little bit of Floetrol in each one of these little cups and then I'll mix it and then add just probably a tiny bit of water to each, drop or two. to get to the consistency that I like. So all my paints will be the same consistency, and that is the most important thing, especially when doing these swipes. Really, in any pour, you want all your paints to be the same. Obviously, that's not true with a bloom, because that is a totally different thing. So don't think about the bloom in this equation here. So you want all your paints to be the same consistency. So yeah, so I'm going to be mixing these up. I'll let you watch, and I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so I have some other colors here. I have Liquitex Basics Gray Purple, Rose Gold by Decoart, Liquitex Basics Lilac, and Arteza Playful Pink. So they're the other colors I'm going to be using in this swipe. So you'll see I'm just going to put down both sides of my split base. Put the gray down first, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to let this go a little quicker so I can get it down, and then once I start to swipe, I'll come back in and explain what I'm doing, because I have a lot of people asking me that I'm going too fast with these videos and they want to know exactly what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll catch you when I start swiping. So I'll be swiping with my palette knife, and I'll also be using 3 parts Australian Floetrol to 1 part Amsterdam Titanium White, which creates the cell activator for the bloom technique, but I like using it with my regular swipes. You can also use American Floetrol, just use a little bit more of it. Do maybe 4 to 5 parts of the American Floetrol to the 1 part paint. It will give you just as nice effects. All right, guys, I'm going to speed this up, and I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to start laying down my colors. The first one I'm putting down is the Prism Pour, and that's Wasabi. The second one is Moody Lilac Prism Pour. Next, I have the Rose Gold, and this is the Decoart. Then I'm putting down the Lilac Liquitex Basics. Then I'll be putting down the Morning Light Prism Pour, beautiful color. Then I'm adding the Gray Purple, and that's Liquitex Basics. Putting the Fire and Ice down, and that's the Prism Pour. Last but not least, the Playful Pink, the Arteza Playful Pink. It's such a pretty cool, really cool color. All right, so I am swiping. I'm dipping my palette knife into the white, the cell activator. I turn my canvas around. It's easier if I put it on my turner, but I didn't do that today. And then you're just going to swipe very lightly over the top, pulling the colors through. This is real time. This is how slow I go. I go slow. And each time you're wiping your knife off and then dipping it back into the white cell activator. But isn't that pretty? Look at those cells. I just love this. I love this technique. I think there's so much you can do with it. And then you kind of just, as you see, when I turned my knife, I kind of maneuver my knife to pull it up so I don't drip it all over the base paint that I just laid down, and I want to keep negative space. Okay, so that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, like I said, just comment below and I'll get you as soon as I can. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're new here, I'd love you to subscribe. All right, guys, take care, and I'm going to let you watch the rest of this video. It came out beautiful. It's so soft and so pretty. It's just really elegant, and I was really happy with it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.
but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the courage